Nostalgic Radio Cars, the video edition, and Speed Culture Enthusiasts Live. Now, we're our good friends in Clearwater at Golden Classics, okay? And we're going to check out this beautiful 1955 Mercury Montclair two-door hardtop. Look at this thing. This thing's nice, straight. Montclair was kind of like the top of the line back in the day. Look at all the stainless on it. Look at the two-tone paint job, the black and the teal. Two-tone interior, black and white. Very nice car. You've got the optional 50s period style wire hubcaps, wide white walls, bias ply tires. Look at the chrome on this car. The fit and finish is pretty nice. This is probably a really nice example because this is kind of the way, it's not an over-restored car, it's a really nice driver, and it's kind of the way the cars were when they rolled off the assembly line back in the 50s. And again, these cars weren't built by computers or anything like that. These were hand-assembled cars for the most part or on an assembly line. So this car is a very, very nice example. Let's walk in the back. We'll take a look at the trunk area here real quick. See what this looks like. I'm going to sit there and get in the back here and make this trunk open up. Now what we're doing basically is we're kind of like doing a walk around a little bit. This is some of the stuff that you do if you were going to buy the car. You know, you want to make sure you got a spare, it's got the tie down, it's got a jack. It's nice, neat, clean, and tidy. And when you see that, you know, it's all about presentation. And people kind of like that, and they know that, well, if the car's presented well, then chances are it's probably a good car and it was cared for in the first place. Notice it's got dual exhaust and it's got the little stainless steel tapers on the back, which is kind of, again, period correct for the 50s. That was kind of what they did back in the day. I like this. This is kind of nice. The Mercury is embossed in the rear bumper. It's got the bumper guards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start this thing up and back it out a little bit so we can get another shot of it. Come on out. We're doing a Periscope. This is live. Come on out. Come on out. Now don't be shy. And that's Barbie. She's the main lady boss here at Golden Classics, okay? And she's the proud owner of this beautiful 1955 Mercury. Look at the looks of that car. Look at the chrome. Just classic 1950s look right here. Let's take a look under the hood. Very nicely detailed motor. It's got the Mercury engine. I believe this is a 312. Could be a 292. I should know my history a little bit better than that. It's got the big giant oil bath, air cleaner on top. Now somebody retrofitted a power brake booster on this thing. If you notice, it's got a brake booster on it. It's probably not correct for the year, obviously, but what it is, it's a nice addition and it makes drivability much, much better on a car like this. Because having a power brake booster on it makes stopping a lot better. Now, I think it could be factory, but just to be on the safe side, because it does have a single-stage master cylinder. It does have power steering. This being a 55, I believe this is still 6 volts. It's got the small battery on it. Again, nice and clean and tidy. You know, adequate enough for local car shows and stuff like that. Beautiful car, something that somebody could just kind of get in, love, enjoy, and take to any car show and get lots of eyeballs. Let's take a look at the inside of the car here real quick. Hey, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask. Again, this is a really, really nice car. Look at everything, how complete it is, and nice and detailed. Chrome's real nice. A lot of stainless on the inside. Got the rear armrest. This is classic 50s. Beautiful car. One thing you always want to check when you're buying a car too, make sure the VIN data plate is still on the car and it's in the right location. And if you're going to buy the car, you always want to cross-reference the title and the VIN numbers on the car. This being a Mercury Montclair, this is a loaded car. It's got a lot of options on it, okay, compared to the base model. It is a two-door hardtop. A hardtop car, for example, when you roll the windows down, front and back, it's all open. Okay? That's your classic hardtop look. I didn't roll the window down all the way, but I was trying to give you an idea of what it looks like. Everything works real well on the car. That's another thing you want to make sure you do too. Is when you buy a car, when you check out an old car like this, you hire somebody with experience. They can go look at the car for you, or hopefully you know enough, you've done your due diligence, you kind of know what you're looking for, and make sure everything on the car is correct. Now back in those days, what they did with a lot of cars like this 55 Merc, a 55 and a 56 look very similar. They built cars in 2 to 3 year periods. Okay, so 55, a 56, a 57, 58 might look a little bit like they did at 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, and so on and so on. So sometimes when you're looking at a car, you need to make sure that it's got all the 55 parts on it, not some 56 parts, and that's kind of important too. And that's where your due diligence comes in, or hiring somebody with expertise like mine to be able to validate and substantiate whether the car is 100% correct or not. I like the skirts on there. That's correct for the car. What's real nice is the fact that everything on this car lines up very, very well. It doesn't look like the car was ever damaged at any point in time. And it's just a nice car. Look at the side down here. Presents itself very well. I think what we're going to do now is we might see if we can get this old timer here fired up and maybe take it for just a little spin down the street. So stick around, we'll be back for Nostalgic Cars Video Edition and Speed Culture mobile app, the Enthusiast app. Hey, we're going to take this car for a test drive. We're in this 1955 Mercury Montclair two-door hardtop, beautiful car. So why don't you guys hop on in and let's go for a ride. Now this is an old car, and I don't know if most of you know this or not, but seat belts weren't really a mandatory law until 1968. So this car doesn't have seat belts in it, which is okay. And another thing, we have to start this car neutral. So she fired right up. Now, Golden Classics here in Clearwater, Florida, was nice enough to let us do a demo. And in fact, they just sold that Volkswagen that's rolling out of here right now. And if you look around, you see they got a couple other cars. There's a late 60s Chevy truck sitting right there, a 66 Mustang, and then they have a building full of stuff. But if you want to find out more about Golden Classics, visit goldenclassics.com or give them a call. Their phone number is 727-462-1962. You know what? I goofed that up. Hang on a minute, guys. Let me just run over here. Okay, that's it. I should know that by now. Hey, this is live, so we can't make mistakes. 449-1962. 449-1962. Now let's go back to starting this car in neutral here. It's got those old, big, giant Bendix type starters on them that make that funny noise when they start. And sitting on the inside of the car, you know, this car is automatic, which was actually an option. Power steering, power brakes. Pretty nice, and I went inside and I checked real quick, and it does have a 292 in it, and I think 56 was the first year for a 312, also in Thunderbird and stuff like that, and a lot of the Ford Mercury product line. Got the dash emblem on here, it says Mercury Montclair. If you look around, you notice there's a lot of stainless trim on it, and some chrome trim. And one thing you want to look for in a car like this, because some of this trim is very difficult to find, it's all there. That's nice. And you look, and if you look at the car overall, it's in pretty good condition, so it looks like it was well cared for. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take this thing out on the road a little bit and see what it's like to drive, go back in time and drive a 1955 Mercury. Looking at over the hood, you got two distinct fenders, And that's kind of neat. It's got a nice hood. It's got a little peak in the center, and of course it's got the classic 50s style hood ornament that looks like a jet. So it's an older car. It's got an old castle top type carburetor on it, so it's a little temperamental. And since we're on a side street, we're just going to kind of drive it around a little bit just to kind of get a feel for it. Car ride's very, very smooth. And these aren't fast cars. This is just a nice cruiser. This is the kind of car you want to buy and just, you know, take your family out and go to local car shows. Maybe if you're here in Florida, you know, can go to Orlando to the Old Town car show they have, or if you go on Thursday nights here in Clearwater, they have Quaker Steak and Lube. But as you can see, the car drives real nice. Any questions? If you have any questions or comments, please submit those. We'd love to answer your questions. Really nice little car. Don't be bashful. Wow, I like this. This is a nice car. Now, since we're driving around here locally, we're not going to really get this thing up to speed. We're just going to stay like in the neighborhood, as they say. But it's a really, really nice car. The asking price on this car is $39,900, which is not unreasonable for a 55 Mercury. 56, 55 Mercuries are real popular these days. Obviously, if this was a convertible, it would be a $70,000 to $80,000 car. But it's a nice two-door hardtop. Beautiful car. Nice color combination. And again, I want to thank Golden Classics for letting us take this thing out for a little spin. We're going to be doing more and more of these. We're going to get around to a lot of car lots. We're going to do new cars, old cars. We might even get into motorcycles. So follow us on Periscope, and you can be our best friends, because we're going to bring you guys a lot of cool car stuff. We're even going to go to some events. Bring this bad boy back, and we're going to park it. And then we're going to summarize what we just did. That's it. So let's step outside for a second, and let's tell you a little bit more. Okay guys, that pretty much sums up our test drive and our walk around on this beautiful 1955 Mercury Montclair. If you want to find out more about this particular car, visit our friends here at Golden Classics. There's the name of the business, goldenclassics.com, 727-441-1962. By appointment only, because they're special. Anyway, to sum it up, it's a beautiful car. The asking price is $39,900 in this car. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a beautiful car. I can relate to these cars back in the day. Again, I still can't get over the nice little hubcap because, you know, you got the simulated wire wheel. You even have the Mercury logo in there. So that's probably a factory part for that car. Dual mirrors on it. Looks really, really nice. I mean, it's a nicely presented car. If you want to find out more about cars like this, we're going to be doing a lot of videos on classic cars, contemporary cars, luxury cars, SUVs, and occasionally a motorcycle too. Be sure to follow us on Periscope. Don't forget to check out our weekly radio show, The Nostalgic Radio Cars. It can be heard live on the TAN Talk Radio Network here in downtown Clearwater every Tuesday night between 7 and 8 p.m. The most fascinating and legendary names in motorsports. As a matter of fact, this evening at 7 o'clock we go live. So the show is streamed live AM 1440. Don't forget to listen to our show. It's pretty cool. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And again, this is Nostalgic Radio Cars live and Speed Culture, the mobile enthusiast app. Take care, everybody.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope at NRC On Air.